But guess what? I hope she knows that this conversation is called Candid Conversations. And I did not talk to her today purposely because I want to make sure that we can have. This is a conversation that sis has never had before, because she's never been on my platform. What's up, Miss Elena?
Hello, gorgeous woman. Thank you so much for having me on your live tonight. I feel so
Wait
honored.
a minute. You did something to your hair.
I straightened it. Do you like it?
Yes, and it's lighter or something.
I think it's because of my light, but
no, you look great. You look like bright. I like it. What did you do? You did something. It was beautiful.
Thank you. No, probably just I straightened it and yeah.
You look so vibrant and full of life.
Thank you.
I want to ask you,
I look good for 48, don't I?
You're 48? Okay, see, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about a few things. So don't go too fast. So
okay.
Here you are, a mother, a wife. You take very good care of yourself. You have a nutritionist, and I got me one, by the way. Look, you take very good care of yourself. You work out. You eat healthy. You treat people so well. I watched you on purpose, like the way you are so humble. Like, how did you become this person? Can you tell us a little bit about like your background? Like, how did you become all of these things?
Well, I didn't think I was going to have the conversation about the birds and the bees. Okay, so first of all, how did I become like this? Well, you know, I found myself struggling for the first half of my life. You know, I went through certain hardships too, went down the wrong path, you know, had my own experiences with excessive alcohol and drug abuse, you know, not on a regular basis, but I was a hardcore recreational drug and alcohol consumer. And you know, the life of being around that type of environment brings. It was chaotic, psychotic. You know, you can't really achieve your goals when you're around people who want to suppress you. And when you're doing that kind of activity and behavior, those people don't want you really to win, right? So anyway, how did I come to do that? I got out of New Orleans when I was 17 years old. That was one thing. I had to leave the environment that like.
So wait. You're from New Orleans?
Yeah, baby. Who that? Who that, darling? How your mama? Huh?
Oh my God! Nobody would ever thought. We thought you was from right here on South Beach, girl.
No, I'm from New Orleans. It can come back. When I go to New Orleans, my accent comes right back. My mom's like, why are you talking like that? And it just, I don't even know how to shut it off when I'm there. Just from the second I hit in New Orleans, I sound like a different person, like a total yat. We call them yats because it's, where yat, darling? You know, like.
Wow. So what I want to know, like, were you there during Katrina? Were you there during that time?
No, I had left long before then, but my parents' home, which they had just sold a couple years before that, was right by the 17th Street Canal where the levee broke. So my old house was underwater to the roof for months. Like the whole entire neighborhood was devastated. Yeah, it was ruined. It was crazy.
Wow. So what was life like growing up in New Orleans? Like I never knew that, like, I thought New Orleans was like a bunch of black people. Like I never thought that, you know, white people was in New Orleans for real. Like what was life like in New Orleans?
You know, I told you, I went to an all black high school. I was like one of the only white people in the class. You know, I went from an all white Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade. I lived in Lakeview. So it was, you know, middle class, pretty much white neighborhood. And then I didn't want to go to a Catholic school. My parents didn't have a whole lot of money. So I was like, I'll just go to public school. I picked McMain. And then I went to NOCA, the New Orleans Center for Creative Arts, for the rest of the day. And Lil Wayne went to my school.
Wow.
I mean, not in the same years, but yeah. Wow. So anyway, like, you know, I grew up in New Orleans. So, you know, what was it like at 13 years old? Like for real. Like in New Orleans, it was only 18 to drink when I grew up. So there was no 21. You can drink on the streets.
Wow.
I was sneaking out all the time. During the summer, I had no curfew. So I literally, like, nothing got started until midnight. So I would go out at midnight and I wouldn't come home until 7 in the morning at 13, 14, 15, 16, until I said, I'm tapping out. I got to go. I was punk rock. So I had this part of my head shaved. The bottom.
Nobody, we don't believe, nobody believes that.
I was punk rock
Wait,
when
wait,
it
hold
was,
on,
I'm
pause.
48. I was
Okay, so
real
hold on.
punk rock, not
Hold on,
pretend punk rock. I'm talking Black Flag,
Oh,
Agnostic Front, the Ramones, the Circle Jerks,
okay,
DRI.
wait a minute. Time out. Okay, so
Slam
I'm here.
dancing, stage diving. Yeah, that was me. Oh, for
No
real,
way.
like for real. I mean, I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is going to date myself. I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers when they performed with socks on their penises, like when they were real punk rock.
You know what? I'm very blown away, and I think that we all need to hear this because, you know, I naturally attract Black and Latinos. I could do a poll right now, and there's 1,400 people on this live. There is 99% Black on this line right now, and another 1% Latino. We probably got 4 or 5 Caucasian folk on this live right now. And if they on here, they came for you, girl. They came from your page, okay? But I really want to share this because a lot of my people, we were labeled minorities, and because of what we've seen as children, as teenagers, we don't believe that we can become something else. And so to hear you say all of this stuff, it's like, wow, we wouldn't think that you came from that because, and then we're going to get there. But when you talk about your life now, it's like, how was you ever, this person, And so you are very inspirational. Like, you have blown my mind even more because the little limitations that I had on my mind right now, you have literally made me exceed those limitations. And I want to ask you this, like, to go from all of that, and I've seen a lot of things in my childhood. You cannot unsee what you have seen.
No.
You cannot unknow what you know. However, you place it in certain places and you decide what version of you that you created you want to live as. I want to know, as a white woman, you are a white woman, right?
I don't think you get much whiter.
I'm just making sure because I've told somebody it was white.
I think people put me as a reflector on the beach so I can, like, put the sun onto them for a suntan. It's horrible. I'm like transparent. I mean, translucent.
No, you're beautiful. So please tell me, like, what did you tell yourself to decide to leave New Orleans? Where did you go when you left New Orleans? Why did you go there? And how did you start the journey to the new woman?
Okay. I mean, it was a long process. It was in phases. 13, literally, I'm slam dancing, stage diving. I'm hitting the bars. I'm drinking. I'm drugging. I'm spray painting buildings. I'm vandalizing. I'm like punk rock, like I'm punk rock, dude, for real. And so, I'm tearing up the city. I hated wealthy people because I'm punk. You got to understand, punk rock hates wealthy people. Like, steal from the rich, give to the poor. Like, that was what I was indoctrinated in. My sister had a 2-foot white mohawk. Like, I mean, so we were raising havoc. But really the whole, like, where that came from is, I had a trauma in my life when I was 13. Unfortunately, I've told you this before, maybe a lot of the people on the stream don't know, but at 13 years old, my best friend who lived across the street from us, her and her mother died in a house fire, literally across the street from me. And unfortunately, I was there. I was one of the first people there, helped trying to put the fire out before the firemen came. Then, unfortunately, the traumatic part was I witnessed when what they call recover the body, when they're bringing it out. I had the misfortune of seeing what that looks like, and it's not anything you want to see. Like it's just not pretty. It's not nice. It's not pretty. At 13 years old, literally, when I saw that image of my friend and what that looks like, it was literally my knees buckled Like, I've never lost full body control before in my life. My father was holding on to me. If he wasn't, I would have hit the concrete. It was just not a reality could confront at 13. Now I had a great parenthood. I was raised very well. I had a great childhood. I was kind of like a tomboy, but in my family, because I was a tomboy, I never dealt with my feelings. Because I was a girl trying to always beat the guys. Now this is when I'm 13, right? So 10, 11, 12, 13, I always had to be stronger than the guys. I was better than the guys, and I could never cry because I didn't want to be a girl, you understand? So now I'm 13, now segueing into girlhood, and I'm still not letting anyone see my emotions. My family is, you always forge forward, you go, we weren't very emotional, And so literally the next day after this incident happens, I'm going to school. And I'm waiting for the school bus, like with a lump in my throat, like how am I going to suppress this trauma? Like, how do I deal with this? How do my parents not know that I'm like dying? So then I went into the whole, self-medicating punk rock as a way to let it all out, because I lost all feeling. I shut off everything. I would never wanted anything to allow me to feel that much pain again. So it was just so traumatic for me, and I hid that. So it came out in this other way. I mean, I really lost the will to live. I didn't care if I lived or died. So that's why I did like the most outrageous things you can imagine. Like, I mean, it's not even real to even tell people that don't get it, like what the kind of stuff we were doing. And then, the worst part is I had to see that house every single day across the street. So then by 17, one day I had this epiphany. Goldie was her name, that passed away, her and her mom, right? So one day, Goldie came to me in a dream, and she was like, what are you doing? How can you use my name as an excuse to destroy your life? Like, if I'm your friend, and I woke up from that dream and I was like, okay, what does a loved one want for you? They want you to be happy. That's the thing they want the most for you. So the most way that you could dishonor and disrespect somebody is by making your life miserable and unhappy. So that was the first time I was like, you know what? If I'm going to honor my friend, I lived. It's not my fault I lived. It's not my fault I was in that house. I've spent so many nights sleeping over at her house as a kid. I lived. So if I'm going to live and respect her, I need to go do something. So I left New Orleans at 17. The only thing I knew how to do really was I went to NOCA, the New Orleans Center for Creative Arts, and I studied acting. So this was my vehicle out in New Orleans. So I went to LA to kind of become an actress model. My parents sat me down at a table and they were like, we're so worried. You're 17, no one there. You're going to get involved in drugs and alcohol. I said, sit down. I was like, I did so many drugs. Back in the day, back in the day in old school, you actually cleaned your weed. I haven't smoked. I haven't touched a drug since December 31st, 1999. The year 2000 hit on that day. I haven't touched another drug. I gave birth to 2 children, natural. Okay. But in the old school days, before what it is today, and I have no idea. I know there's all these pot things and now it's just different. Back in the day, you cleaned the marijuana with the seeds, and I had a big trampoline in my backyard. I used to smoke so much dope. We had quarter bags. I don't know what y'all call it today. I smoked a quarter bag every day, and I would throw the seeds on the side of the trampoline, and 2 marijuana plants grew. They were this tall. And in New Orleans, the grass grows like, because it rains and it's like, it's overgrown. And so I grew 2 marijuana plants without even trying. So I told my parents, I was like, listen, I'm leaving here to go make something of myself. You missed everything that was going on. Trust me. I mean, one day, listen to how crazy I was. Okay. So first of all, shrooms, mushrooms, they grow under cow patties. Okay. You know,
They do what?
hallucinogenic, you know, mushrooms, hallucinogenic mushrooms,
Yes.
they grow in cow patties. Well, I used to do sporting clay shooting with my father. I'm actually ranked 10th in California for sporting clay. So anyway, I go shooting guns with my dad one day, and I say, pull over, because the weather was perfect, you know, really moist and dewy in the grass, makes a beautiful mushroom. So that I tell my dad, I said, Dad, pull over. We crawl through barbed wire. I made my father climb through barbed wire to go pick hallucinogenic mushrooms with me, but I told him I was picking them for a science project. We filled 2-gallon bags filled with hallucinogenic mushrooms. You got to get the right one with the little tube and the purple circle underneath, not the flat ones, but the little round ones. And so I had 2 bags, huge bags, gallon bags of mushrooms that taste literally like poo, by the way. So you chop them up into tiny little pieces. This is how you do it. And then we made gallon jugs of sweetened Lipton iced tea. And I added a half a bag of sugar. Okay. And I made jugs and jugs and jugs of this. So one night in the French Quarter, I bring all of these jugs into the French Quarter. There's some big punk rock band playing at Storyville down on Decatur Street. And everyone that walked by, tourists, people we didn't know, drinking out of the jug, I'm telling you, I had the entire French Quarter hallucinating on hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Oh my God. So you've been a hustler since you were how old? How old were you when this
Oh, I
happened?
was like 14.
Oh my God. Look at all the games. First of all, y'all, I couldn't even stop her. She gave so much truth, so much authenticity, so much transparency, and so much just, oh my God, just everything from, first of all, let me ask this question. You got your dad to pull over and pull some mushrooms. Did your dad ever find out that you
Yeah, I
made?
told him years later when I said I had to have this conversation because I'm leaving to go to Los Angeles at 17 and they're worried about me becoming some corrupt child. I'm like, no, 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 no. You don't understand. Like, I'm ready to go make something of myself. I can't walk out of my front door another day and see the house and like expect to like get on with my life. Like, I gotta go. Like, I'm not doing anything here. So at 17 is when it all started. So I moved to LA. It still took me a few years because I was still, you know, doing my craziness. It was in me. Like in New Orleans, when you're from New Orleans, you got a streak in you. It's almost like another personality. Okay. First of all, in New Orleans, you know, now I'm Elena Cardone, right? I have like a different thing.
Now
I've
you're Elena
worked on
Cardone.
that. I've
Exactly.
worked on
Exactly.
that and I want to be that, you know, because in order to be where you want to go, you got to change and you got to grow and you got to evolve. I don't want to be the same person. It's never going to leave me. It's inside of me, but I don't want to be that person in pain, making horrible mistakes in life. Like, that was not fun. It was painful. I mean, there were moments of fun. So what was I saying?
You're just talking about just your childhood. So anyway, let me ask you this. Do you believe, of course, you know, I remember you told me the story about Goldie, and every time you say it, it makes me get emotional because my mom died as I was holding her hand. Tomorrow we actually celebrate her 10th year death anniversary, and so I know that feeling. Like, you can't unsee that. No matter what, you always remember what it looked like and everything. So I know, even now as an adult, I get it. And so I had to learn how to change the story that I was telling myself about my mom, about my childhood. And even now, to this very day, I find myself always changing the story that I tell myself in order to get my desired outcome. And so with that being said, you know, you now are Elena Cardone. Okay. You turned everything around. I come to know you initially from Grant Cardone. Like, I don't even know if you know this, but Grant Cardone did this video and he was in his Rolls Royce and he was talking smack, like talking cash stuff. It was a white Rolls Royce and he had a star at the top and he was talking like how I like you to talk. I'm like, who is this guy? And that's my first experience with Grant. And so I follow him and I just love his directness. I love that in your face. And so when I met you, I wasn't expecting you to be as strong. because most men or women who are strong, their counterpart is normally weak.
Mm.
And so when I met you, I was very blown away by your strength. I want you to know what makes me admire you the most is that you hold your own ground. Like, it's like Grant Cardone is Grant Cardone, but it's like, yeah, I'm Elena Cardone. And yeah, and that's very powerful. I want to know, like, and I watch you as a mother. Like, how do you maintain all of these traits? Like, you're an empire builder, you are doing very well in your real estate company. The realtors, hey y'all, realtors, go holler at her, Claudine, Natalie, those my folks. But you managed to build this empire. You are a mother. Your kids are such beautiful, just examples of great mom and dads. But yet it's still like you work out, you have time for your spiritual life, you have this office, you have this husband. Like, I want it all. It's like you have it all.
I do, and I wrote a book, Build an Empire: How to Have It All. I'm going to tap on a couple things. The thing that I forgot to say was that New Orleans, you have a streak in you. And so my maiden last name is Rosiah, right? So Rosiah means rose, place where the roses grow. Rosiah. Okay, so Rosiah. So my friends in New Orleans know me as Lane Rose. So Lane Rose is this wild, crazy chick. So that's what I wanted to just finish, that what I was forgetting to say. And I've worked a long time to like make Lane Rose behave herself. And I feel good about the place I'm at. Secondly, when you talk about being with a powerful person, anyone that's in the support role, I honestly haven't come across people that are weak in that role. Like, I think they can use that as a way to go stealth and get some things done. But me, I've been in the support role. And if you take the definition of the word support in its definition means to bear the weight of. So imagine that. If you're in the support role, you have to be strong enough to bear the weight of the thing that you're supporting. So I have to be stronger than Grant in order to prop him up, support him up, and to deal with that life. So I recognize my role and what I've had to do and how strong I have to become. So why do I wake up every morning at 6 a.m. and train for 2 hours every single day? Because I have to be strong enough. I have to be strong enough mentally to do the things that I don't want to do and do them anyway. It's like a mind muscle. I have to condition myself to do something, to then be able to depend on myself, have confidence in myself. Confidence comes from doing an action consistently over and over and over for a period of time, to where all of a sudden you can depend on yourself and you can depend on your word. It's doing what you say that you're going to do. So that's the first start. It's like the first start of my day every day is I'm working out. I train every day.
And 7 days a week?
Pretty much 7 days a week, maybe 16 days straight. My trainer has to tell me to take off. And there's a day in there where he'll do something light, but it's most people's hard training. But for us, it's a light training. Do you know what I'm saying? But I do that because I have to be strong enough. What else do I have to do? I don't drink. I told you that. I don't drink. I don't do alcohol. And it's because my role in the relationship is, you would think Grant's the one who would be like, never give someone a second chance and would like be so hardcore. It's completely the opposite. I run the who gets to come into the atmosphere, everything. You might not think of it because I'm stealth, but everyone that comes in too close to Grant, I guarantee you, if I don't want you there, you're whacked and you're disappearing and you'll never know it was me. And you won't get in. You just won't get in. I have people and infrastructure into place to protect that. And it's not that I'm jealous or anything like that, because I found the one you trust and build an empire. I say that. I trust him. He can travel. He can do whatever. I'm not worried about him cheating. What I'm worried about is I need my man 100% focused, without any distractions, optimum, like firing on all cylinders. That means I need him surrounded by the very best, the competent, the able, the ones that have integrity. We have big goals, big missions. And if I allow him to be surrounded by someone who's going to pull him down or tempt him to not be great, like, then we don't hit our goals together. So that's part of my job. Like, that's just part of what happens.
Bravo. Come on, drop some fire, drop some fire, drop some fire. Woo! Y'all better drop some fire for that, baby. You said
because
so much.
Look, I'm his biggest fan. I wrote that in my book. Like, be your partner's biggest fan. Like, I can edify him in a way that nobody else can, right? And we've gotten to a place. I demanded him. I said, you need to become a billionaire. I know we're not talking about money, but I said, you need to become a billionaire. At first, he was like, you know, you're not the one that's out there with the hammer. You get to have all these visions and the ideas. When's enough for you? I'm like, look, have you ever seen me in diamonds and necklaces? And you see me, I'm like, Grant, okay, I said it to you wrong. I apologize. I shouldn't have said you need to be a billionaire. I said, I take that back, because I can understand what you must feel as a woman demanding that of you. But let me explain myself. I don't need anything to make me me. I don't need a purse, a Chanel, a diamond. Nothing is going to make me me. I have my honor, my integrity, my grit, my discipline, my God. You know, I don't need anything to make me me. Let's get that clear right now. Number two, I need you to be a billionaire because you have products and services that are that good that should be exchanged with the world. And for you not to walk amongst the giants is a transgression against yourself and mankind, because you can help people. And because you don't, it's like, how can you even live with yourself? You know, and so I got his mind around that. When I said that to him 10 years ago, he was like, well, that's impossible. I don't know if I can ever achieve that. I said, yes, you can achieve it, and I'm going to help you achieve it. And we've met the people at the top, and there's no one better than you. No one is better than you. And then not only wait, I have to tell you the third reason why I wanted him to be a billionaire. The third reason is purely greedy, because I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're with a power entrepreneur like Grant Cardone, or anyone that is in that position that has that much ferociousness for life, and they are not on purpose fulfilling their mission, guess what they're doing? Guess what their game becomes? Their game becomes fighting me. And I'm like, Grant, I am not the freaking target right here, okay? We don't need to be fighting each other. That's a very small game. Your target is over there. I am not the enemy. That is. Go get your target. Let's go fight the enemies together, and let's hit a heightened level of success.
Woo! If y'all don't drop some fire for that right there, come on, drop some fire, drop some fire. Listen, oh my God, like, this is the type of talk that I like to hear, straight to the point, direct. Basically, anybody that comes into your life and lets you settle and does not help to push you to become the highest and best version of you, especially, did y'all catch this? Especially when they know who you are. That's like, how could you be around Stormy Nicole Wellington and let me not go out there and do what I can do to serve humanity, because I have tools, services, strategies, and philosophies that could change the world to break whatever poverty or whatever curses is on your life. Hold on, wait a minute, Elena. So when I put together an event called The Awakening, and I'm saying, come profit share with me and invest in revenue share, because here's the deal. You're investing in yourself. You're not coming to my event to pay me. You're paying me the millions of dollars that I've invested in me to recreate, to deprogram, to reprogram my brain. And I'm putting it into a 3-day event. I'm inviting energy like a Elena Cardone, that is the woman who is behind the billionaire, the 6.5, last time I heard, $1 billion real estate portfolio. Rumor has it that y'all are up there billionaires now. But what if you would allow him to settle? What if you would have allowed him to settle? And let me tell you this, like, I've already collected almost 60 grand in real estate cash from my investment. You know how good I feel that I'm renting for myself. Let me just hold on. Let me say something because you like to talk. Let me say something. You know how good I feel? I'm gonna be paying rent to myself, and my building, my office is in a bank. That type of energy, my money being around the what is it? The U.S. Bank of St. Britain.
UBS
UBA,
building,
but what does
yeah.
it stand for?
Oh, I don't heckin' know.
Yeah, it's the U.S. Look, you don't even know. It's the
I don't
state, the
know.
Bank of Britain. Listen to this, Elena. You're not gonna believe this. My office, it shares the same floor with a credit union. Then my money is invested with y'all money. Y'all are billionaires and y'all do $1 million just business in a day. Y'all make millions of dollars in 2 days. To know my money is associated with y'all money, you think I'm crazy? Somebody like, you crazy to make that investment. No, you crazy not to make that investment. So I just want you to know, like, I'm very much aware of what I'm doing. When I go to y'all office, you think I'm putting my office in the building next door just because I want to be in the building next door? No. Y'all would think I work over there with y'all. I'm going to be over there with you. I'm going to be working out with you.
I'm
I'm going to be
gonna
learning
tell
from
you
you.
something. You know, I have my office in the building next door that we also own. And when I found out you were renting in your office building, I had so much FOMO, fear of missing out. I was like, oh, hell no. I cannot have Stormy next door and I'm still in this building. So I'm renting from our building myself, a smaller little unit, because I was like, I just can't have Stormy be in the building and I'm not in the building. I would die.
That is so amazing. So do you see the power of how things move and energy and just alignment, what it can do for you? Like, do you know, like, we are about to go, like, Dr. Gary taught me about constructive interference. Did he teach you about that?
No.
Okay, so it's science that constructive interference, when two powerful energies come together, like, things happen in a miraculous way that it becomes unexplainable. Like, you can't even understand, like, how is all of these things happening? And it's because the two powerful energies has come together. And
Like
when they
that.
come together, it's like everything just seems like explosive. It happens faster. And so I just want you to know that I am excited about the future. I'm excited. So I didn't even tell you, girl. So I gave it. I gave the networks your email address because I told them that you were one of my mentors. And so they're going to reach out to you because you are one of my mentors to be on the show. You know, our show is coming out on Lifetime. We're going to be right next door. So when they reach out to you, you got to tell them how amazing it is working with me.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
How amazing it is to be with you.
Working with me is my
Working
mentor.
with you is
Oh, look,
amazing.
UBS, United Bank of Switzerland. Girl, we got to know the name of our
You got to know the name of our building. My God. We're like amateur hour over here.
United Bank
Thank
of
you.
Switzerland. Thank you.
By the way, quick time out.
Okay.
You got to find out. We just got awarded. I probably shouldn't even be saying this today. We just got awarded the Las Olas deal. Do you know about that in Fort Lauderdale? It's on Las Olas. You have to figure out how you can come in for any amount on that.
They didn't tell me. He told me about.
But anyway, let's not talk about that. But remind me to tell you about that.
You know what? He might have told me about that.
I don't know.
Is it like two buildings next door to each other? Like,
there's the I don't want to say the name of the other one because we're still trying to get that one. But the Las Olas deal, we just won. You know, there's a whole round of people that go through. We just won it like today.
Oh no, he didn't tell me. I'm gonna text him. Okay. Thank you.
So text him on that, and then I want to say one other thing, okay, about investing in yourself because you mentioned it. I want to tell everyone how Grant and I became where we're at today financially. And it's for 3 reasons. Can I do it?
Please. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the number one thing and the only thing that you need to know about money, and look, I've already told you, I'm from New Orleans. I never went to college. I don't like school. I can't count, literally, honest, hand to God, I can't count to 21 without using my fingers. I was at a casino playing blackjack with Grant one night, and I was going like this on the table counting, and Grant was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm counting. He goes, never do that again. Like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So I need things real simple. I'm not a smart person, but I know a lot. Okay. Number one, you need to know how to earn money. Most people know how to do that. The earned money only goes to number two. Number two does two things, and that's it. Number two, either the earned money goes back into reinvesting in myself. I have done hundreds of courses in finance and communication and overcoming ups and downs in life, and I've taken numerous classes, spent hundreds of hours on education to get to the strong person that I am today. So the earned money either goes into reinvesting. It does not go into Chanel, clearly not diamonds and jewelry. It goes into reinvesting in myself or my business. And then the rest of the money, and I repeat that cycle over and over and over until I get enough money to where the money I've either invested into myself or my business, and then there's extra money. So number two only is reinvest in yourself or store the money, not save the money, store the money. You're just storing the money until you get it big enough to do number three. Most people don't know how to do number three, and it's the only way to financial freedom and to wealth. So let me repeat that. You can earn your way to rich, but do not kid yourself. You can never earn your way to wealth. It has to go to number three, which is that stored income then has to go into an income producing asset that cash flows from day one. That's what we do. We do multifamily units that cash flow from day one. So one, earn; two, either reinvest in yourself or store the money to go into an income producing asset. You have to have cash flow. Cash flow, you have to put your money to work. And then we repeat the cycle. So we earn it, we store it. Okay, so we store it. And then Grant talks about going broke. So what we do by going broke doesn't mean we go broke on Lamborghinis or things that we can't afford. We go broke by putting it into real estate. Now we can't spend it. Guess what? Now anyone can't come to me and say, can I borrow money? Sorry, I'm broke. I went broke and went into this asset. And then we have to go re-earn the money all over again and repeat the cycle. And we repeated the cycle so many times that now that number three pays for the lifestyle. So the plane, the two helicopters, the house that we now bought. Before that, we didn't buy a house, we rented. Grant says, rent where you live. That's what we did. We rented where we lived, and we owned apartments. We owned what we rent out. So those are the three things that we just do over and over and over. And the cash flow, the number three, is what pays for the plane, the Chanel, the everything else. But we never violate number one. Earned income never buys trinkets. That's how the system is rigged and tricks you to give the money back to it. You know, it tells you to save your money, so you save it in a bank and you're not making any money on your money, and your money's not making money. And I'm going to tell you, Grant told us to Stormy, what the banks do when you save all your money in the bank, guess what? They call people like us and say, hey, let me give you a loan so you can go buy all this stuff, while you are like suffering, trying to like go through this hamster wheel instead of this hamster wheel. We are investing and profiting from day one because we put our money to work, and the banks give us the money.
That's amazing what you just said, and it is something that I'm learning. I'm still working on it. Right now I have really 8 million invested in different things that's bringing me cash flow. I went broke that one time doing this situation with Grant, but I'm really trying to
broke, meaning you put it into the income producing asset.
Yes, and then I really was like, oh my God, I don't have any money.
It's scary, right? And then you got to go reproduce it.
It is, but you know what? I got to get better at repeating the cycle.
You got to repeat the cycle. And I'll tell you what happens when you repeat the cycle, because we've repeated it so many times, right? When you repeat the cycle, again, remember that that confidence that I was telling you that you learn to develop because you do something over and over and over. When you're forced to go recreate that money over and over and over, all of a sudden you realize, well, there's no such thing as scarcity of money because I know how to recreate it. I know how to just go get more. You know, I know how to make business. I have products. I know how to do promotion, promote. So then all of a sudden you start trusting yourself. So you're like, okay, I can go broke, have nothing, and get it back again, you know, like instantaneously. People ask me all the time. They're like, what would you do if you lost it all? Like lost it all. You legitimately went broke, not like the good kind of broke. And I tell them all the time, well, it would take me a hell of a lot faster to get it the second time than it did the first time. And you know why? It's because I've invested in myself. I've been to around the stormies. I've fast tracked my way to success by listening to mentors, by going deep on the material, the content. I've taken the courses. And guess what? Once you are given that, no one can take that away. It's like you said, you can't unsee something, you can't unknow something. I still have my honor, my integrity, my grit, my discipline. You can't take that away from me. You can't take me away from me. I still got me. I'm my greatest asset, not money. Money's a tool. Money's just what I use.
Amazing, amazing. I know we're coming to a close soon, and we have a lot coming up. First thing first, we have the Awakening happening September 24th, 25th, and 26th, and you will be there. And I watched you work a room, and I know that you're gonna overly serve because that's just who you are naturally. And so I want to say thank you in advance. We are gonna really make a huge impact. And then I'm so excited because I believe in total immersion. Like I don't believe that you become the highest and best version of yourself or whatever season you're in because you read one book. You may have to read that one book over and over and over and over and over again. You may have to attend that one seminar or multiple seminars over and over again, but you have to do it in a condensed time frame where it's total immersion, or you just get excited because you're motivated and then you go back to your normal self. And so I'm excited because I know, Lily, we're going to come right out of the Awakening, and then we're going to be spending 2 days with you at your 10X Ladies right here in Miami. So can you tell us, like, my event is about knowing yourself, loving yourself, and embracing yourself in order to become the highest and best version of yourself and in order to connect and collaborate with other people. I've been doing this event now for like 10 years, really. But it was called something else. I started doing this event back when I was selling tickets for $49, and you was only able to be 100 people in the room. And so I've grown the event to now we have 50,000 square feet. My event is going to be the largest ballroom in Houston, Texas.
Wow.
It's 50,000 square feet.
Wow.
I have wonderful women like you. Every woman that's coming is either a multimillionaire, a big mentor, like she's a major pillar in her community and in the world. And it's going to be like, I'm blown away at what's going to happen. Pillow Talk is, we go into the curriculum. It's a manual. We go through a manual. We're going to go through the curriculum and the content on Friday. Then we're going to have Pillow Talk. I know you probably don't know because you're so busy. Pillow Talk is where we're going to be able to talk about how you get yourself in a situation where you feel like you found love. Every woman wants love. Every woman wants joy. Every person, wants some other counterpart. We were not meant to be alone. And so I'm excited about this conversation because we've been needing to have this type of talk, but at a higher level, not just your girlfriend who is not elevated, so I'm grateful that we're going to have that panel. Then Saturday is going to be crazy all day Saturday. And then we're going to have a dinner that night. Everybody comes to the dinner. And then Sunday is Transformation Day. And so we're going to leave that weekend just awakened. We come to the awakening, we leave in a rebirth. But then we're going to leave that, and I'm going to be with you at your event on the boat. Like, tell us like a little bit about like what can we expect, what's going to happen at your event on the boat.
Okay, so it's on the Seafair, which is a mega yacht here. It's limited to 240 women. This is the 10X Ladies Power Player Edition. So what they can expect is we're gonna cover on what it is the 5 components of a 10X lady. So a 10X lady is 10X in business, finance, family/relationship, mindset, and what was the last one? Oh, and health and fitness. So in those 5 areas. So this is going to be women from around the world who want to network with other powerful women. This is the Power Players edition. But women who are empowered when they leave this event, they're empowered to live in abundance in all areas of their life. And they're willing to take responsibility and ownership for who they are, for their power, and to go back into their communities and elevate themselves and other women, helping all of us come together, be a network for each other to reach a heightened level of success. And we're gonna leave with a mastermind and a blueprint of really how to go out and take on that beingness to restore the value of women to society.
Wow, that's amazing, because I know that, sorry, that's amazing. Just the environment that we're going to be in. I know that environment is everything. And so I want to say thank you so much for being on today. I'm looking forward to the Power Pack weekend that we're going to have these next, man. We're going to go from this 24th, 26th, come home for 2 days, and we're back at it on the Seafair. My mind is already blown by knowing that I'm going to elevate beyond even my imagination, because I know that just who you are and the type of people that you attract. And so, guys, I need to get my banner so I can promote my banner. How do they go get a ticket? Where can they get a ticket?
Well, they go to 10xladies.com/Stormy.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, 10xladies.com/Stormy. And that's
Amazing.
how you get your ticket.
Amazing.
And it is going to be amazing. It's going to be in a really incredible event. I mean, powerful speakers. Really, it's a way to fast track your way to success. So if it took me 12 years, I'm going to give you the tips and the tools, real applicable data, not just feel good, we feel great, applicable data to help fast track your way and getting it done in half or less than half of the time.
Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you so much. I know that everybody drop some hearts. If you got at least one thing about money, drop a heart. If you got one thing about just how you don't have to be a product of your former circumstances, drop another heart. If you got a nugget about how to be a power woman, making things happen, drop another heart. And just drop some hearts, guys. If you got some energy tonight and some information that you believe can take you to another level, I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. Thank you so much, Elena. It was so
Stormy,
fun.
seriously,
It was so
thank
fun.
you so much. I mean, you've got incredible people here. They love you. They're so gracious. They're so kind. Thank you for welcoming me and trusting me with your people, because I know how much they look up to you and admire you, as they should. You're an incredible, incredible human being, and I love what you're doing. Thank you.
Listen, I cannot wait. I know there's so much greater for us in the future, and we all about to 10x and go to the next level. Thank you. Love you. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Oh, my God. What an incredible, incredible conversation tonight. Drop some fire if Elena Cardone brought the heat tonight. She said, find the man you trust and build an empire. Ladies, let me tell you something. If you ain't getting nothing tonight, if you ain't getting nothing tonight, if you ain't getting nothing tonight, if you can't trust that figure, you better let that figure go, baby. That's number one. If you can't trust that figure, and I ain't even got to put it in and say nigga, you better let him go. Okay, I couldn't say that when she was on, but she gone now, and I could be bigger than me. Listen, if you can't trust that man, let him go. Men, if there's a woman in your life that you can't trust, let her go. We are too grown. We ain't got time to be wasting our time. She gave us so many nuggets. Baby, listen, I know y'all wrote down the 3 steps to how to handle your money. You got to know how to earn money. You got to know how to invest that money in yourself or into a business. And then you let the cash flow, baby, pay for all the other things. And so then, did y'all hear what she said? Oh, baby, if she tells Grant you're not supposed to be around, you're not going to know it's her, but you're fired. Get out. You can't even be around us. Or she doesn't think that your energy belongs in their atmosphere. She doesn't let you come on board. Y'all better quit playing with her. So I'm just grateful, y'all. I'm grateful. Because I think that it's time for us to wake up before we get to 2022. It's time for us to wake up right now. No more wasted time. No more wasted energy. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. Because I'm about to go to my hour coaching session. I got to coach my community. Girl, hold my hand. Y'all meet me right now. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Think about this right now. If you are past the age of about 40, think about this, 35. They say the average female, the average black female lives to see about the age of 71. The average black male, they say, lives to see, this is statistics, see the age of 61. I'm going to leave y'all. I got this, Miss Girl. I don't need you to tell me, girl, I got this. If you are past the age of 35, you have already lived half your life, my friends. My question to you is, what are you going to do with the next half of your life? And with that being said, I want you to go right now to ghmhevents.com. And I want y'all to get your ticket right now for the awakening. If you want to be in the proximity of real power players that can help you to change, that 1 hour session already has changed your life. I know it has because it's changed mine. And so just imagine what's going to happen, because I got a couple more of them coming out like what you just heard on tonight. And so stop right now. I don't care if you got to tap in virtually because you may be cheap or on a budget. And I want you to go right now to GHMH event. Let me type it right here. GHMHevent.com. And I want you to make sure that you get your ticket for the awakening. And I want you to make sure you bring a friend. Or go to the link in my bio and meet me and my friends at the awakening happening at the end, September 24th to 26th, Houston, Texas. You don't want to miss it. So you guys, I'm gone. I got a team of folk waiting on me. Bye-bye. Peace out. Thank you so much, Elena. We love you.